Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on Toned In Entertainment, where we love pop culture. Today, it's time for another comic book review as I take a look at Cable issue number 2, the 5-in-1. Now this cover is actually the Marvel Zombies variant, but the comic has actually nothing to do with the Marvel Zombies series that's going on. And if you've missed my first review of Marvel Zombies, you guys should definitely check it out. It's in the link below. I really did enjoy that series. But as far as Cable goes, now last month I reviewed issue number 1, and at that time I wasn't giving it a number score, but if I did, I would have given issue number 1 a 5 out of 10. And on my scale, a 5 is straight average. It wasn't good, it wasn't bad, it was just there. So that will give you a little bit of reference as how I'm reviewing issue number 2. When issue 1 left off, Cable was loving his new toy, the Light of Galdor. But with this newfound sword, it had awoken a group of space knights from across the galaxy, and they were hyper-focused on getting it back. Here in issue 2, they have already arrived on Earth, and they are ready to seek it out. In issue number 1, the creators of this comic were portraying young Cable as a full-on ladies' man, and that theme continues here in issue 2, as Cable has yet a new love interest. In issue 2, there's a story going on here where a baby has been kidnapped, and with no confidence in the authorities to do the job, Cable takes one of the cuckoo triplets, Esme, with him to try and solve the crime, but this ends up turning into a date for these youngsters. At the conclusion of Cable issue 1, there was a glimpse of older Cable off on another planet and another time, and once again this issue concludes with older Cable as he's wrangled up some type of mutant. Now on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give Cable issue number 2 once again a 5 out of 10. I kind of knew halfway through this issue that this was not going to be the comic series for me. The writing by Gary Duggan here, it's not bad, but it just feels like it's intended for a much younger audience, which is fine. The art by Phil Noto throughout much of the issue is good, but the story that he has to work with just doesn't draw me into this universe. Now, are they building to something bigger with the possible merger of young and older Cable's universes? Well, most likely, but for me, there's so many great comics coming out in the next several months, I'm gonna be leaving the Cable series in the past. Now, have you guys read Cable issue number 1 or number 2? Leave me a comment below and let me know what your thoughts are. You know, honestly, I wasn't even gonna pick up issue number 2 after how lackluster I thought issue number 1 was, but because this week was such a light week in comics, I figured, you know what the heck? I only picked up one other comic this entire week, so this was number 2, and you know what? It just wasn't for me. I gave it an honest shot. I really tried to enjoy this comic, but you know what? I'm moving on, and that's okay. All right, guys, if you like comic book reviews like this, make sure you subscribe here to Toned In Entertainment for future videos.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.